Hello, welcome to Miniature Realms. My name's Stuart. It's a very normal and very rainy in the UK Monday afternoon. So what do we get? Games Workshop announced a new Arcane journal for Warhammer the Old World and a whole new box of miniatures as well. We have the Razing of Westerland and a load of new Marauders.
Miniature Realms is proudly sponsored by Counter-Attack Bases. They stock a wide range of counters, gaming aids and movement trays for multiple game systems and offer custom items to suit your club, your event or even your podcast or YouTube channel. Check out the link in the video description.
Now, if like me, you follow some of the online rumours, keep half an eye on some of the things that are said in certain Reddit groups and certain Discord channels, you'll know that this book and these miniatures haven't really been talked about. There's lots of other rumours going on, but this is totally left field, I think. I've not heard any rumours about this at all. I am completely shocked. If you heard these were coming, let me know in the comments. So I'd like to know where I'm missing out on all these really cool rumours. But anyway, that's not the main reason for making this quick video today. I thought let's discuss the new announcement today and see if we can delve into any fun ideas and guess what might come from this release. Let's take a look at the article. We've got Bring Chaos to the Old World with a horde of rampaging marauders. And this is the headline, a little bit of flavor text to start us off with. But essentially the first headline is Chaos Marauders Army Reinforcement Set. The armor-clad legions of Chaos Warriors are soon to be reinforced by a horde of marauders who style themselves in leathers and furs, lest their fierceness be shackled by iron. The Chaos Marauders Army Reinforcement Set is a way to add a shot of barbarian rage to existing Warriors of Chaos army or create an entirely new raiding party. It contains 50 new miniatures and a whopping 40 Chaos Marauders and 10 Marauder horsemen. And the first thing you'll notice is that these are all new miniatures. We've had a few leaks and rumours recently of a Tomb King battalion box to replace the starter set as it stands at the moment. That seems to make a lot of sense. But of course, those are just older miniatures. But these are brand new miniatures, just like getting a brand new box of Cathay, all new sculpts in there and lots of miniatures as well. If you're like me and you've repurposed some of the Dark Oath miniatures because you prefer them to the older Chaos Marauder miniatures, then these are likely to appeal and maybe you can use them in conjunction and never have to use the older plastics. But these at first look just look really stunning. Very excited to see these. Very Warhammer, much more Warhammer than the Dark Oath, which are obviously designed for Age of Sigmar. But these look really cool. I'm not going to read this whole article to you. You've already seen I'm scrolling past most of the text. You can read it yourself, but there's some really cool bits that stand out here. Every miniature has a choice of 2 heads, and their shields and hand weapons are interchangeable, so you'll be able to build varied units. While the Tainted Chaos doesn't affect their outward appearance, some recognisable helmets and a range of trinkets and embellishments show how they worship their ruinous powers in their own ways. I think that's really cool. It means that people who want to build a Norska-themed army that isn't all too chaosy at this stage, maybe they're very much just poor northern humans that are just starting to turn to chaos, or maybe they haven't yet. You could do your own headcanon, I suppose. Then these miniatures will be perfect for that. Who knows, there may well be rules for that in the Arcane Journal as well. But either way, this is what some people have been calling for. It says here that each set of 20 can be made into 2 units of 10, each with full command. I don't imagine many people will be taking 10s with full command, but it's nice to see the options are all there. And it looks like you have enough options to outfit your regiments, either with hand weapons and shields or great weapons or flails. So all those options that you'd be used to and expect. Not only replacing those older Marauder infantry, we've got a replacement for the Marauder cavalry as well. And of course, I know a lot of people have used the Dark Oath cavalry, but this gives you another option, maybe a more Warhammery option. I think they look pretty cool. And it looks like this set of Marauder horsemen can be built as 2 units of 5, each with their own command, champion, musician, standard, etc. And again, they have the option of 2 heads. And again, just from these early pictures, I think these look pretty stunning. I'm really excited to see these closer in hand. Definitely improvements on those older sculpts. Looks like you get a lot of decals in the sheets as well. It says 246 decals that cover the iconography of the Norscan tribes, as well as the whole selection of runes to decorate with your miniatures. But that's not all. We have the Razing of Westerland, a brand new Arcane journal to go with it, and what looks like a continuation of that story of the war in the north, the invasion of Friday. We've seen it told in a number of books now. It's spilling over into the Wood Elves book, into the Beastman book, and then more recently the Dawn of the Storm Dragon, and the whole reason that Cathay are in the north helping Empire defend themselves. And let's see what the article says. Alongside rules for your Marauders, this new softback supplement goes into detail about the warrior tribes of Norska, the 4 primordial spirits, and how they worship them, and Friday the Chainmaker's invasion of Westerland. New rules for full cults of chaos, chaotic traits, and the law of the Shadowlands, plus new artifacts for the Shadowlands gives you everything you need to represent a ferocious army of tribesmen in the thrall of the Chaos Gods. That seems really interesting. I don't think that's saying that's an army of infamy, but maybe it isn't. It's just not being worded that way. I guess we're going to have to tell. Rules for those 4 chaos cults, maybe they can just be applied to the existing Grand Army and the Wolves of the Sea and so on. But maybe this is just a new way to play it separately. Looking forward to finding out which way that is, or maybe it's a mix of all of those things. Whatever it is, I think it's going to be a way of adding more of the old world period flavour of chaos at this time. Very much more a marauding mass of tribesmen than it is a chaos god backed warriors and beasts and things. We're at the stage pre-Great War Against Chaos, when their rise of power is just starting to happen again. Chaos has been quiet for some time, so you've got this much more sort of low fantasy version of chaos, and I really enjoy that. I think that's really cool, and it looks like that's what they're exploring even more in this. And we probably shouldn't be confused by this or surprised by this, really. If you go back to that original rule book and you read the lore in it, Norse are mentioned in there, so we could probably guess that was an area that they were going to go focus on beyond maybe just the Wolves of the Sea. But that's not all, there's more. Finally, a Path to Glory campaign lets you take a 500-point army on the warpath, growing them in size and strength as you play, accompanied by 3 new scenarios themed around the Marauders. You'll need Arcane Journey, War of Cetra's Fury for the campaign, and 3 Battle March size scenarios, and Ravening Hordes for the main Warriors of Chaos army rules. And that perhaps gives us a little bit of a hint for what I was talking about just a few moments ago, that this is going to be an addition to the standard army list and the way you can play those. So maybe it won't interact with the Armies of Infamy. Who knows? But either way, I like you've got different elements within this. Again, you've got a real theme exploring and expanding that war in the north against the Empire and all the other factions that are joining in to help. And maybe we'll see more of them in the future. But we're also seeing some new rules in these books, and we're seeing campaigny stuff as well. So you've got a real mix of lore, rules, and fun campaigns around smaller sized battles as well. Hopefully something in there for every type of wargamer. And that's it. That's the article. I think there's loads in there. Loads I will have probably missed as well, making this quick kind of reaction video. But that's where you guys come in the comments to point out the stuff that I've misread or I haven't spotted, and we can talk about it in the comments. This was really fun, and speculate and dream and hope and all the other things. But wow, the fact that all of those new plastic miniatures have been developed and invested in this game shows the continued support that it's going to get. We've just had a really busy year, some new big releases. Cathay's been huge in terms of new support, and more books than we would ever hope for. Who knows whether this is going to be out this year? They tend to announce things somewhere 3 months going up to release. So where are we now? We're in late October. This might be something that we don't actually see hit the streets till January. I'm just guessing now, but they don't normally get something like this in December. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is an early January release for this, but that's just my first guess. Maybe it will come even sooner, but we've had other things announced, haven't we, already, or shown off. We've seen hints of the new Blood Bowl at some point, and we've recently seen some few hints of a new Warhammer quest, and they're big things as well. So maybe they will come beforehand, and this is the next big thing to come the other side of Christmas. Who knows? Answers on a postcard or answers in the comments below. But anyway, I'm going to let you go now. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my excited ramblings. Please do let me know in the comments below. Give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. A lot of old world content on this channel if you're finding it for the first time, so you may want to stay and snoop around a little bit. If you'd like to support me further, please do check out all the links in the video description, including my Patreon, which really is the best way you can support me. Thank you to all my existing patrons. I really appreciate all the support that you give. Please check out the channel sponsor, Counterattack Bases. But thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you soon.